certainly you have been through certain processes that you can say this is where you can start from, and this is how you can go forward from here. Would you want to share some of those small steps that I can start from when I'm not aware that these are the steps I need to go through? Maybe simple or complex or not complex? Yes.
Okay, the first thing I've learned is that people buy from people. Yeah, that's a reality. Even if I'm selling a product to an organization, behind that organization is a person I'm interacting with. Yeah. So if I'm going to sell you a product, I need to connect with you. All right. When I connect with you, that connection enables us to do business. Okay. Now, if we are going to do business, there's an expectation I have built in you, and there's an expectation you have built in me. Okay. So, for example, let's assume I am selling you a book. Okay. And I come to you and say, I'm selling you this book, Man on Top. This book will teach you the following things. You're like, oh, I'm interested in that book. So I give you the book and you pay me for it. Okay? So the book that you've taken, you have an expectation of what that book is going to do in your life when you read it. And I have received money from you equivalent to that book, which was an expectation I had, that when I give you my book, you're going to give me this money. So in order for that relationship to be efficient, you both need to deliver to that expectation. You know, for example, if I give you this book and you go and read it and you're like, nah, I didn't pick anything from this book, it was a waste of money, the expectation has been let down. You see, so quite simply, in the workspace, deliver as expected. Deliver as expected. And if you do that consistently over time, they'll get to know you as a person who delivers.
Yes, tell me, when you are talking, my mind was racing around, and I was looking at how many times I have ordered for something, be it food in the restaurant, and it comes with an attitude towards me. And when it comes with an attitude towards me, I start to think about, I'm paying for this service. You can't treat me like, it's like you're doing me a favor. And then I've ordered for things online, and the products come and the packaging is not okay, it doesn't look very okay, and then my expectations, because what I saw as a picture that has been presented to me was really this, and then when I put the two together and I weigh them, I feel so disappointed. And then I begin to ask myself, so how do I deal with this? I recently was looking for a particular product to be taken to the hospital. It was so difficult to find, and I was so stressed. And then this gentleman, finally we got the product. The product was more expensive than I expected. But when he delivered the product, he put some human touch to it. He said something, says, if you are happy, and finally, when your human being gets out of the hospital, I hope you will remember us, that we are the people that were able to get this to you when you couldn't get it from anywhere, and you didn't look at the value, you didn't look at the money, but look at the things we did for you. I've been thinking about it, and now you've just touched something very interesting. That people buy from people, and the people buy because you're touching them. Jeremy, there are so many people out there who don't even know that respecting a customer is important. I one time heard the person who said that I can find somebody else who can give you the same, who can give me the same service. If you think I'm the one giving you the money. If you don't want my money, okay, I'll give you my money with my condition. Then I felt like, okay, maybe my service is not good for this person. So it made me feel so bad. Then years down the road, 2-3 years down the road, the person comes to me back to me and says, Eddie, I want you to give me the service. Then I said, but the last time you said my service was so bad. There's this whole thing that the person who gives you the money is king and not the customer. But we've had this old saying that customer is king. How do we address that going forward? To avoid me losing a customer who is giving me a good service just because I am proud, and to avoid me losing a good product just because I am proud. How do we address this going forward? How can you help the person who is confused outside there and probably is annoyed and is about to fire the only customer who can continue to give him consistent businesses to go forward, to develop the business going forward. Yes.
I hope I understand your question.
I think you understand, because in the ad industry they always say that people in the advertising firms just take money, they don't do anyone. And all of us who are outsourced from out here to give the service to ad agencies always feel like we're not treated well. You get our money, you first use it, you mistreat us, but we're the one making you get that money. That fight has always been there. And how do we bridge that gap between the two?
You see, first of all, there's needs for education. There is a need for education. And with the advertising industry, we have a big challenge, because people always feel like they can get it cheaper elsewhere, you know. And with apps like Fiverr, and there's another one called, I forget the name, People something.
Yes.
People are able to go online and find the service online, pay for it, and the person will deliver in 3 days. And sometimes a local person is not able to deliver within that timeline. And so you find that you're competing against people online who do what you do, and sometimes even do it cheaper. The only problem though is that you're not sure what you will get. Because if somebody is not accessible to you, you know, it can be a problem. Somebody can disappear. Somebody can respond to you after several days and you miss a deadline after you have paid them. And all those are challenges you face with dealing with an unknown face behind a computer. So for the people who are local, the interaction builds a relationship. Like I said earlier, people buy from people. So if you're able to foster a relationship with the person, it helps you. One of the things we say is that you and your customer are in a relationship, you're partners. Don't treat them like they're just giving you a service and you walk away. Build a relationship and let it grow over time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeremy, it's a very interesting conversation we're having. I want to say this, that there's this new thing that has come up. So many young people are becoming more creative. We're channeling so many people out of universities all across and colleges, and they all come